In this video, we'll discuss conversions from one unit of measure to another. Now, the easiest way to explain unit conversions is just using examples. So let's just start with an example. We're supposed to convert 180 inches to feet. Now, I'm going to go through a process that might seem a little bit complicated at first. It's called dimensional analysis, and it might seem like a little bit overkill for these first couple of questions, but this process, if you hang in there and keep with it, this process will give you a much better way to handle the more complicated conversions that we're going to do later. So let's start with 180 inches to feet. Now, the unit conversion that we have here is going to be that 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. And this is what we'll use in the conversion. We're starting out with 180 inches. And so what I'm going to do is multiply this by a fraction. It's actually a ratio. And that ratio is going to be that there is 1 foot to every 12 inches. Now, I carefully placed inches in the denominator here, and that's because inches was technically in the numerator here, if I think about this as a fraction. Okay, and so I put inches in the denominator so that those inch units would cancel each other out, and we're going to be left with 180 times 1/12. Those are our numbers, and then our units that are left over are feet. That's what didn't cancel out. And now we just have to simplify this. 180 times 1/12 is the same as 180 divided by 12. And now we're going to just divide. 180 divided by 12 gives us exactly 15 feet. Now let's look at the second one. Here we're supposed to convert 81 inches to yards. Well, we know that we have the unit conversion of 1 foot equals 12 inches. But then we also know that 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. So using both of these, we can convert 81 inches to yards. So this will be our first example of using more than one ratio or more than one fraction to make the conversion. So here what we're going to do is first we're going to move from inches to feet. So to get rid of inches in the numerator, we're going to put inches in the denominator and compare that to 1 foot. Now when we cancel, we're in units of feet. But what we want to be in are units of yards. And so we're going to get rid of units of feet by putting them in the denominator and yards in the numerator. But in order to do that, we need to use this conversion right here. Okay, so we're going to put 3 feet in the denominator to cancel with the feet units that we already have, and that corresponds to 1 yard in the numerator. Now the feet are going to cancel each other, and we're left with the units of yards like we wanted. And now all that's left to do is clean up and simplify the numbers that we have here. So we have 81 times 1 times 1 in the numerator. So I'm just going straight across all the numerators, right? And then in the denominator, we just have 12 and 3. So we have 12 times 3. Okay, and then our units are in yards. So now we're going to work that out. That's 81 over 36 yards, which is 2.25 yards. And lucky for us, this is already at 2 decimal places because I just ran out of space. Let's check for understanding. Pause the video and work this one out on your own first, and then come back and check your answer. Here we're supposed to convert 31 ounces to grams, and we're given the conversion rate that 1 ounce is equal to 28.35 grams. So we're starting out with 31 ounces. And we want to move from ounces to grams, so we'll multiply by the ratio, putting ounces in the denominator so that it'll cancel with the ounces in the numerator, and that is corresponding to 28.35 grams. So now our units of ounces are going to cancel each other out, and in the numerator we're going to have 31 times 28.35, and in the denominator we just have 1. And then the units that are left over are grams. So now we'll simplify that. 31 times 28 is going to give us 878.85 grams, and that's divided by 1, so we don't need to write that.